Hello, everybody. You're watching Real Hope with W.L. Laney. My guest today is Rose Weber. Rose is a brand new mom, well, baby 6 months old, and her name is Amelia. And she is the sweetest little girl. She just is the perfect baby. Tell us about it a little bit, Amelia. What makes you think she's perfect?
Um, she's just so tolerant and wants to sit there quietly and observe. And when I say it's time to do something, she just does it. She's totally on board. If it's time for bed, it's time for bed. So,
That beats the alternative, doesn't it?
much, much more. Yeah.
Okay, so why do you think she is so laid back, where a lot of babies are screaming and putting up a big fuss with everything?
I think a lot of it has to do with actually my pregnancy. I was very, when I got into about the second trimester, I was very calm. Nothing could bother me. Nothing set off alarms. I was just very observant. I'm normally very talkative and loud and rambunctious, and I just felt calm the entire time. And she was calm. I mean, she loves to kick, but she's calm.
Okay,
So
well,
I think that had a lot to do with it.
and uh, for our viewers, I met Rose uh, getting my hair cut. Uh, uh, Rose is a great cosmetologist, did a great job on my hair. And in the conversation, Rose was telling me about the baby, and it just clicked with me. There's something going on here that makes that baby so calm and easy to get along with, uh, so early in life. And
Oh yeah.
the result was the mother was calm and, shall we say, cool and collected during her pregnancy. And
Hmm.
that it isn't always that way. Last week, I think it was, or possibly the week before, I came across an article. The California Supreme Court allows for murder charges against a woman who used meth before delivering the fetus, and it was stillborn, and they are charging her. Actually, she has been in jail since 2019 under a $2 million bail because she was on drugs during the pregnancy. Congratulations, Rose, on not being on drugs, on staying calm and delivering a very healthy young baby girl.
Oh yeah.
And
Uh,
the other thing that I told Rose, you will remember this, I think, Rose, I said, now you've got the next job, which is to teach this child and to continue the good work so that the child has a solid base to work from. The experts tell us that uh, we have both a conscious and a subconscious mind. We are in our conscious mind. Our conscious mind is in control about 5% of the time, and the other 95% is being controlled by the subconscious. And the subconscious is basically getting programmed in the third trimester of the pregnancy and the first 6 or 7 years of the child's life, which means those first years are vitally important to the child and what that child is going to be like when they reach adulthood. So there are some things that we all can do to work with the child. The experts tell us that most of us have grown up and our subconscious mind has captured the negative because the subconscious mind just records what we see and what we hear. So now Amelia is going to be watching you, Rose.
oh yeah. He does all the
every
time.
every step of the way. And if you can help her to understand that she is loved, um, and well, let me just ask you, what are some of the things that you think you should be doing now for the next 6 or 7 years to help Amelia develop a positive image of herself, a positive image of the world around her, and to become well balanced and not have all those negative thoughts as she gets older?
One of the things I really practice that matters to me because it affected me growing up, we keep a routine, even though we have a lot of crazy going on. And I know it doesn't sound like something that would push positive and nurture and all that, but because of my routine during, a horrible divorce and, trying to figure life out, it provides her with that safety net of what's going to happen. But more importantly, she's seeing how I react to every problem. She's seeing how I handle it. She's seeing how when the divorce papers are out and I'm writing them, yeah, I might be stressed, I might be emotional, but as soon as I put them away, mommy's got a big old smile. She sees what matters and she looks right at her little baby girl and tells her, I love you, and plays with her and says, let's get back on schedule. The paperwork is done. The hard part is done for the day. Let's play. It's time for playtime.
Okay.
And being able to do that is most important because people get so caught up in the negative, they lose sight of stopping and enjoying life. And I want her to be able to do that.
Okay. So how about building blocks? Do you have a set of building blocks for Amelia?
No, we have the rings right now. We have just a few things. I rotate her toys out 3 at a time every day. So.
Okay. Because one of the things you can do with building blocks is to get on the floor and play with your child and just have fun. Let them build your castle with the building blocks, and then admire it for a moment, smile, talk about how great it is, and then pull out a few of the bottom bricks and blocks and let them all fall down. She'll laugh hilariously and you'll laugh, and that will do a tremendous amount of good to her as a child, and it doesn't hurt the mother either.
Oh yeah, we play a lot of games right now. We're playing pass the ball on tummy time. That's
Okay,
today's.
So what's pass the ball? I'm past having babies in the house, as you can probably tell by looking at my gray hair. So what's pass the ball?
It's she can either push it to me with her hands while she's on her tummy, or she can hand it to me. She does both. But the idea is to get her comfortable moving an item back and forth between another person and being able to hold on and grip and be able to do it while on her tummy. So.
Okay. How about singing? Do you sing to her?
She just side eyes me. She doesn't like my singing voice. She just looks at me. She likes Grease though. I sing Grease Lightning. She likes that one.
Yeah. Well, there's something.
She doesn't like Mother Goose.
There's something about singing though that helps a baby feel calm and relaxed, and it helps us as adults as well, because it affects the vagus nerve, which affects all of the feelings in our bodies, and so it's very helpful for her. Now, you probably don't need to go out and take music lessons, singing lessons, but maybe work on your tone or something.
She likes the high pitch of Summer Nights at the end. She thinks it's funny when he does that.
All right. How about reading to Amelia? Do you read to her?
We read 2 books minimum every night.
2 books minimum every night. Okay. And you know that you can read the same book over and over, and you don't have to. You don't have to read word for word. You can, sometimes just look at pictures in the book and talk about the pictures in the book. And all that's very helpful.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, last few times it's just whatever page she turns to is the one we read.
Is where you start. Okay. So one of the things that the experts tell us is that we should make our home a positive place. Uh, what are you doing to make your home positive?
Uh, I think the feeling of being comfy is really important to be positive. So I make sure that there's no foul smells like dirty diapers. I always keep lavender around, and natural sunlight is really important in the room. Um, but for comfort wise, pretty much every corner of this house, you will find a blanket, a baby blanket, because she loves them. She is a wubby girl. There's blankets everywhere. So if she's not content or she's not happy, I have a blanket hidden somewhere to give it to her, and she just curls up with it while she's in my arms. So no matter what room we're in, she knows I can get one in seconds.
Okay. Well, that's really great. And I probably shouldn't say this, but we've already talked about the fact that we don't have babies in the house anymore, uh,
Yeah.
except my dog. We have a little Shih Tzu dog, and she has her little beds, and literally we've got at least one in every room. The family room, I think there's 3 or 4, and all her toys and things like that, and it makes her happy. And I think the same thing with your blankets,
Oh yeah.
with Amelia. It gives her that sense of stability and comfort, and you can, as you said, wrap her in the blanket, hold her in your arms. That is a wonderful way to make her feel loved and build her self-esteem. Okay, so now you mentioned there's no dirty diapers laying around.
Yep.
That you keep the house clean. That, to me, that is extremely important. A lot of who we are is really our environment. What kind of an environment are we living in? What does your car look like? What does your house look like? Keeping things clean. It's like at your work now. You're keeping all of that sanitized, for your health and for the safety of your customer. How much more important is your baby?
Oh,
It's
so much.
so much more. So
I take
so
the
keep,
nurse approach come home. So that's all the work clothes get stripped off. In the garage, I have my house clothes. I just actually have a robe, and then I go shower immediately. I won't even touch my child after work.
that's
So
great. That's great. And a lot of people are upset with all of the restrictions because of COVID-19. But on the other hand, little things like, you know, leaving your work clothes in the garage, showering before you pass anything on to your baby. It isn't just COVID, it's the flu, it's any communicable disease
yeah,
that a customer might bring into the salon to protect your baby. You're to be commended for that.
thank you. Yeah, it's very important to me to limit who she sees, how much, and how many people are they in contact with everything going on, especially and it's hard with daycare. I had to search continuously to find one that was up to standards for cleanliness, and how many people get to see her, and is this person going out, are they younger, are they older, because if they're younger, they're probably social, and I don't want them around my kid.
Well, that's
At
that's
least
very
not right
important. Yes, that's very important. And when you drop your baby off at daycare,
now.
you're hugging her, you're giving her a kiss, and you're telling her goodbye.
Oh, always, always.
Okay,
I
that
get
is
her out and I get her set up.
that,
So,
that is that is so much better than having a babysitter come in and then trying to sneak out of the house so the child doesn't even see you leave. And then
Oh, I always say bye.
so that's you're doing the right things, Rose. I commend you for it, and that's why I asked you to be on the program, because I want other people to see this is how I should react. This is how I should treat my children, and it's not just the baby, but throughout their life. Let them know that the home is a safe place. A home is where they are cherished and loved, and you're building their self-esteem.
Hmm.
Well, Rose, thank you very much for being on the program today. I wish you a lot of luck as you continue on with your life and with Amelia. And I hope that you had a great Christmas season, and New Year's is on its way, and time to set up those New Year's resolutions for building your life and building Amelia's life, and just go for it with the gusto that you've been using to this point. Again, thanks for being with us today.
Yes, thank you for having me.